If you own a microfinance bank or you are a lender and you're currently struggling with clients who are borrowing money and they are not paying you back, so you're having a lot of defaults, there's a way you can prevent that. And today I'm going to be showing you how we do that with LeadScoreAI. Simply from your lead data, we're able to predict who your best borrowers are going to be and those who are able to pay you back in the future. So let's get started with this video. It's really interesting. I'm really excited and I can't wait to show you. Let's go. Alright, let's get started in this video. So today I'll just be walking you through a demo of LeadScoreAI and how our service works, right? So everything really begins with a scorecard. So we obviously would create a scorecard for all our clients. And a sample of a scorecard is this one. This is a test scorecard for a test organization called TrustPoint Microfinance. So you can see the scorecard here. It says, do you qualify for a 500,000 TrustPoint SME launch loan? And the idea behind this is that we want to be able to qualify leads to see if they qualify basically for the loan service or product that we have. So each loan service or loan product will have its own specific scorecard. And we're going to see how this data is going to flow into our dashboard, into our analytics, into our predictive insights, AI analyst, and all of that. So let's get started. So as the user now, this is the person applying for this SME business loan. I'm going to take this scorecard. So it's going to ask me what stage is my business at. So I'll just go through it one by one. It's usually about 8 to 10 questions. So here we have 10 questions here. What would you use the 500,000 naira for? So of course I'll just put the one that is most relevant. What monthly revenue does the business do? So I would say between 150,000 to 400,000. How many people does this business employ? I'm going to say 2 to 3. And do you have any active loans right now? So I might just say one small loan. Can you provide collateral or guarantor? Yes, I can provide one. Do you keep records of sales? I'll just say mostly basic records, not detailed. Have you repaid a business or personal loan before? I can say yes, mostly on time. How soon do you need the funds? So I'm just going to say within a month, right? And if approved, how comfortable are you about making 47,000 naira monthly repayments from your business? And then, of course, I will answer these questions. So these questions are all designed for understanding if a client has the capacity to pay back and things like that. So I'll put in my name as a test lead, just put test at test.com. Then I'll just put in a dummy number and then I'll click to see my results. So as you can see, it says I'm a peak performer and it shows me that I have the foundations to more or less go ahead to get the loan. And then there'll be a call to action, which could either be to, whatever the call to action is for your microfinance bank, for them to either, join a WhatsApp group or send a message, or to, wait for a salesperson to reach out to them. So that ends that journey there in terms of qualification. But the idea is that for each lead that comes in now, you can see that this was classified as a hot lead. We classify the leads into, you have hot, warm, cold, non-qualified, and things like that. And so the leads, they come in and they are classified immediately, right? And then what we're able to do is that your best salespeople are able to literally follow up on the best leads that come in, right? So if a lead is hot, it would that would be assigned to your best salespeople. And if a lead is not qualified or warm, you could just use emails. Sorry, if a lead is non-qualified or cold, you can just use emails to follow up, or SMS text messages to follow up with that. So this is saving you in terms of economics and structure in terms of who to follow up with. So we have this qualification system that helps you to ensure that your best salespeople are following up on the best leads. And what we are seeing with our client is that this is matching up to 98% accuracy in terms of what they are seeing on real time. So that is basically that for each for every 100 times that somebody takes the responses, if they say they're a hot lead, 98% of the time, 98 of them are actually hot leads. So, and that is just that it is accurate, and it works, it works perfectly for them. So you have the breakdown of the qualification, but then you also have converted, because now we also have conversion data being marked in. So anytime somebody does a repayment, right, we have both a manual and a automated process for doing this, is that you are able to ensure and you're able to see that this person converted back. And this is really important for us, because we don't just want to have data from a qualification perspective. We also want to have data from a conversion perspective. So if somebody repays a loan back, or they make any form of repayment, we want to be able to track that, and we want to be able to track basically their responses and how that fitted into them paying back, right? So we have response data, we have conversion data right here on your dashboard, and then you're able to see the amount of qualified leads, and then you're able to see your conversion rate, which is just basically the rate of responses versus conversion, right? Then beyond this, we also have a specific analytics tab, which this is custom. We have a generic analytics tab, but we can bring in some custom analytics for you that you want to see as it relates to your business. So things like you're able to see the distribution of how many responses you're having based on the questions, right? Based on the scorecard questions, you're able to see your conversion data and things like that. And we also have other tabs like the predictive insight, which really talks about who is able to repay you back. And this is really where LeadScoreAI shines, because we go in depth into predictive insights, where we are able to predict those clients that are capable of repaying you back based from your data. So we are matching both the qualification data and the conversion data to be able to provide predictive insights on which kind of customers are capable of repaying your loans back. And then we also have an AI analyst that basically reviews your data across all the scorecard responses, and then we use a flagship system called DOS, which is dangers, opportunities, and strengths, and it identifies the dangers currently concerning the data that you have, in terms of for example, for this particular microfinance test bank, it's saying that applicants with no revenue would say repayments would be tight turn into default, so screen them out early. So it just identifies the dangers concerning the responses and the clients themselves, based on the feedback they're given. And it also recognizes opportunities and then strengths, and then it also suggests things like your persona, that's your target market, opportunities for you to be able to target based on the responses, and markets you can focus on. For example, it says like Lagos market traders, Abuja service SMEs, artisan and production cluster. So basically you have an agent and a data analyst that is reviewing your data consistently and is providing insights on how your business can run more efficiently, your marketing and your lead qualification can run more efficiently, right? And you're also able to bring in your team under users, and you are able to add as many salespeople so that they can have access to the dashboard, and also be able to follow up on the clients. And then this settings is just your page. So that is basically LeadScoreAI in an overview. It's the fact that you have a scorecard that is qualifying your leads, and as a microfinance or a lender, of course, you probably have a loan application process, you have a qualification process and all of that. And then beyond the qualification process, you also have the analytics that comes in there to review your data, and then it provides insights and it provides analysis just to help your business perform a whole lot better. So that is LeadScoreAI. And with this, what we are seeing is that clients are seeing repayments, they are able to focus their lending on the hot leads, right, and reduce their lending on leads that are not qualified or that are not warm. And we also are able to predict those clients that are willing to pay because we are tying the qualification and the conversion data together. So the most important thing here is LeadScoreAI helps you know who is capable and who is able. We're able to predict who is capable of repaying you back simply from your scorecard data. So I hope that explains LeadScoreAI. And if you think this is valuable and you want to utilize this for your business, the next step is for you to take the scorecard below, and that scorecard would show you basically your report. It's a more or less like a diagnostic scorecard. It just helps you to review your current loan processes to see if LeadScoreAI would be beneficial for you. So you can take that scorecard, and then from there you can fill in the information, and we would get back to you right from that process. So thank you for going through this very quick video, and I hope to see you on the other side. Take care and bye bye.